So I love this so much. Lock 'em up and see who talks first. This is beautiful. I will play it again. Oh, I forgot my intro song. All right. So, guys, back to business. I got a couple of things here that I want to thank Charmaine very, very much for because this comes from one of you guys actually, originally. Somebody that's watching my channel. And I want to give you an idea what the area looks like. And I hope I get this done well. So I don't even know your name, and that's quite all right. Let's hear it. This is the pipeline. It's grown in now, but before, like in May, it was like a path almost. Like you could get through there with an ATV. So that's a very important thing to me. That pipeline, there is a path. It was easy to get through there with an ATV. Now I have shown you guys the map. And this is the first time I'm actually getting this accurately down, right? I haven't paid much attention to it. So this is, north, west, east, south. It's accurate. There's where Jack and Lily used to live. And it is also an area where, don't act up on me. Okay. You go down here and you go to Lansdowne Road. Remember when Mrs. Janie Mackenzie, kept saying, "It is not Lansdowne Station Road." I forgot what it was. Right? It was something. Okay, let me look a little bit closer now. She mentioned a different Lansdowne something road. It's not that one. It is Lansdowne Road. That is the name of this street right here, Lansdowne Road. And so the pink blanket was found on this side of the road, which is why I am thinking, remember the statements, and I will try to find them. If anybody has them, send them to me. The specific point. I'm not going to listen to, I mean, I know that Sunny has like, I don't know, how much did Janie yap in audio? An hour, 2 hours? I have no idea. I have to find two different spots. I have to find her statement saying that Daniel never drives the ATV, which is very significant. I believe it's a lie. And she volunteered that because I believe that that's exactly what he did that night. Because when you are going to see, okay, there are so many ways to go either to Cobequid Bay or further up north. So many ways. I believe that Daniel was able to find a path to go all the way up there. He knows where to go and how to avoid even the cameras. Whenever I hear Daniel talk and I see him, he looks too relaxed for me. Kind of like this attitude like, you can't prove nothing. And there's also a form of delight. Generally speaking, the smart people, when they get away with something, they tend to lay low. The dumb ones, especially the males, they brag about anything that they can think of. It'll encourage them to talk even more. That is why Chris Proudfoot talks so damn much. Now, Malaya is not that bright, and it's a little bit different in females, I would say. I have to correct my rule of thumb. So when I call it a rule of thumb, yeah, I will edit it. That's cool. But I it is a very general observation I have made, meaning it's not the case in every case, but it is often enough. So the examples, of course, O.J. Simpson just yapped it up. Christopher Proudfoot, Daniel Martell. These guys, they feel proud. They feel extremely proud that they got away with something. And it's a certain mindset where you have people who feel the need to prove themselves because they're not that bright. So, in the case of Daniel's case, in the case of Daniel, I mean, the whole family. Look at him. Look at his father. Look at his mother, man. You know what I mean? So it's when he feels he actually duped somebody, that's a big deal to him. The problem for him is Malaya isn't there. That's what makes him sad. That's what gets to him. The loss of control, and you know who's gonna be next to move into this trailer with me, right? These kind of thoughts probably go through his mind. There's not a lot of people there, not a lot of women. I'm guessing. You know what I mean? It's kind of like one of those areas where, gee, who wants to be there? You know what I mean? Unless they're running from the law, or unless they're doing some on their properties where they don't want a bunch of neighbors to see. There's certain types of people that love these environments. And I am now saying again, now let me get back into my rhythm. And there's going to be a lot that I'm going to discuss. And again, I'm not 100% on this, but this is a possibility. And I'm looking still I'm waiting to get these statements back about Daniel never driving the ATV, and it being at Earth's house, which also she volunteered, right? Janie volunteered the information. Was she asked about that? I don't think so. I think she just volunteered it. And the question is why? Because she wants to make it seem like Daniel had no access to it. And that leads me actually to believe that the ATV is probably how they gotten rid of it. How they gotten rid of everything, but they gotten rid of the rocks probably by the vehicle that kept coming in and out. And by the way, guys, I'm still not certain that the ATV wasn't there at the house. Um, could a five gear? I'm not certain about these things. I'm getting conflicting statements from different people. Same like I used to get about Malaya's car. Was it drivable or not? I think it was, but we need to I unless when it comes to these types of details, unless I'm certain about it, I will make sure I mention that this is just a possibility. So the fact of the matter is that Irma Tell lives right here. So they would have driven a car down here. So who was it? Was it Justin? Turn right and possibly get the children to be on the ATV. Now, from that ATV, because it was on the right hand side coming from Earl's house, that's why I believe the ATV was then used to drive this way. And what exactly happened with the pipeline, I don't think it's a coincidence that it's so close by. And as the guy just said, it's a drivable path, right? ATV can get through it. So did he go from here to there and drive up north? Or maybe a different route towards Cobequid? Or did he first go there? I don't know. I mean, now I'm thinking he probably went from here to here, but it would also, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. But none of this is a coincidence, and that blanket is highly sensitive. And that got lost via the transport. So let's see a little bit more from this anonymous gentleman who was kind enough to allow me uh, okay, thank you, Charmaine. Got the message. Cool. Let's see.
I lied to you. Earl's house is up in. I lied to you. Earl's house is up in the mailbox said Martel, so it's up past behind those trees. Earl lives.
Got it.
All right, so this is the dirt road where the blanket was apparently found.
See this?
You can see all the ribbons and shit. I've driven down this road probably 20 times though since it happened.
Right.
There's some small bodies of water like a little bit further up this way,
Mm-hmm.
but they're like tiny creeks and shit. Like it's nothing serious.
Got it.
And yeah, so this is, I don't know exactly where the blanket was found, but this is the road it was found on.
Yeah. I'm going through them pretty quick.
And now I'm kind of like in the middle of nowhere here, trying not to get fucking murdered by some method, but this bridge right here, I don't know if you remember when that tint guy was taking videos while he was driving around, and there was an officer flying a drone on this bridge right here, which has like a little body of water.
Okay, so this was about Tint when he, I guess, ran into Earl Martell. I guess that was the video. I don't know. I haven't seen all of Tint's videos, but this is pretty interesting here, guys. And now,
There's Earl's house. I'm pretty positive this is Earl's house.
Earl's house. I love
An
this.
absolute dump, just like the rest of their houses.
Yeah, they all got the same style. The same style of living. And, you know, it's one chaotic family, dude. One chaotic family. So for those of you who asked, why is he doing this? Could he be that stupid? I think you know the answer now. Okay, one moment.
And I know some people up here, or some people said Earl lives up here on the right. I'm pretty sure he lives on the left side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was out here the day that they went missing, there was RCMP officers at this house. And I remember saying, like, that's weird. Why are there 2 or 3 RCMP officers up at this house?
Okay.
So, there's a house to the right. That's not obviously Earl's right here. I'm pretty sure Earl's is up here on the left. I'm going to be a little bit careful with my videotaping. I'm not trying to fight an old man. But I'll just show you. There's the pipeline.
Got it.
I'll show it on the way back. When I turn around, I'll get a better video of it.
Very good. Very cool.
Okay, so I believe Earl's house is to the left.
There's nothing. Nobody there. No neighbors. Nobody.
I don't think it's that one. It might have been that one I just passed. Alright, I'm going to turn around here, take a new video.
Okay. So looking at this map, guys, yeah, it was, that looks like it. It looks like when you're driving down Lansdowne Road to the right, it's a little bit inside, probably behind a bunch of trees. Probably visible from certain spots. Yeah, I believe that's what it was. And, a couple things that you realize, these roads are very drivable for an ATV. I believe him when he just said that these back roads, you see, I looked at Google Maps and I was like, where do I find this road? And, very significant look. Wasn't on Google Maps. I didn't see it. There's a lot of this that is not visible on Google Maps whatsoever. But these roads are drivable. Now I'm of course thinking about the neighbor who had 20 cameras all over the place. But my question is, of course, where are these cameras? And did Daniel know where they are? That would have been interesting if actually he went down a path where there was one of these cameras. But it could be very easily that he actually knows where there are cameras and would have avoided this. Again, I want to make sure this is now all speculations, but I'm making sense out of two different things. A, we have the statements from Janie making it important and sensitive that Earl had the um, um, Earl has the ATV. It's at Earl's house. Oh, why? Because the neighbor is going to steal it, right? The neighbor that hurt you 6 times. Come and go. Yeah. From the very beginning, I was thinking something isn't right about this, but I don't really know what. And I cannot force myself to guess. I don't do that. It's sort of, even in this particular case, you know, everything is leading towards what I'm looking at and what I'm saying right now. So it's not just, I tell you, it's not a guess. I'm not guessing here. I'm explaining to you exactly why I believe this all makes sense. The blanket is highly sensitive, we know that. As for the boot print, was it planted? Was it, I don't know. Why would he go up here first? Or did he go this way towards the pipeline because he had to stop to do something? Yeah, very possible, right? And maybe then he went down. I still don't know what direction he went in. I couldn't tell you, but I'm certain now he used the ATV to do that. And yes, it's absolutely true. The ATV was extremely clean, very clean, compared to everything else. Which seems like a dumb thing to do, right? Because they told us, Daniel told us, oh, he's been searching the whole time. And, if the ATV is dirty, yeah, if you've been searching through the forest, sure, why not? But maybe he was afraid of like forensics detecting that there was maybe salt water present. I don't know. I hope, Daniel talked about being waist deep running through water. So, as I said before, I wish they should have tested maybe his clothing to see if there was salt water or sweet water, right? And then ask him specifically, where were you? Show me exactly where you were running through that. But yeah, I think a lot of things were overlooked that could have been done in the very beginning when it comes to investigating Daniel. And of course, this is not an easy task because when these guys, they, I mean, had I been there and had I already been able to listen to Malaya's statements, I could have pointed out the water reference. Then in Daniel's case, but maybe not. Maybe I would have had to take my time, say, okay, let's see what else is coming my way. I don't want to be too quick and I wouldn't be able to. But surf effort, that indicates ocean, that indicates tides, not a lake, not a river. And they told us from the very beginning what happened through leakage, both Malaya and Dania. And there are no coincidences. And in my earlier video, remember when Janie corrected herself? This is the only boot print that they could. She was gonna say find. And then she corrects herself with something else. And the fact that she feels the need to correct herself, that is highly sensitive. That means this particular part she didn't want to say because there were many more boot prints. There were a lot more things that she raked away. So, oh my God, I wish I could get this. Let me see this message. Oh, you guys are so cool. Thank you so much for your compliments. Now I gotta be careful. I don't want to show the whole thing of the following one. Sorry, where was I? Oh my God. Okay, so yes, the cabins. I hope. Let's get back on track. So he said he went through the cabins to the children, not towards, but to the children. So the children were nearby the cabins that are junky, the two cabins, and Belinda said one had a brand new lock on it, which stood out to her. So I believe at one point the children were either near or in one of those cabins, their bodies. I believe that is a strong possibility according to his statement. And that's maybe when he used a brand new lock. Maybe there was no lock on there before. And decided to then eventually move the kids towards the ocean. She appreciates the big surf effort that indicates ocean, the surf, the tide, washing the children's bodies out into the vast ocean. Everything I'm saying is my opinion only, and everybody I mention is innocent until or unless proven guilty in the court of law. There are probably more statements. I will have to revisit many of them, guys, because now I want to know about leakage when it comes to direction. So I cannot give you anything definite about that. But if you wish, I want you to share with me what your thoughts are. What would make sense? I believe that he was driven down here, and the person who had driven him made several trips back. Maybe one on behalf of getting the backpack, the boots, but several trips were, I believe, made to clear out this shed that was completely empty while there was junk everywhere. And I believe that was something that police wasn't supposed to find. Probably the lab. So they removed the stuff, maybe gave it to somebody, you know, say, hey, they know the people. They all know each other. They're all connected, man. These types of people, right? So getting rid of that stuff was probably no challenge whatsoever. But that's not why we're interested in this case. We're interested in finding out what happened to Jack and Lily here. And this is of great interest to me, especially the question, you know, which path was taken. He was taken to Earl's. Maybe he went this way and first to the pipeline, wound up here, and the blanket got lost right there. Looking at this video, there's absolutely nothing there. No neighbors, no cameras. I mean, it's really strange, you know, if I walk, 20 yards, there'll be 100 cameras probably catching me, right, where I live. But not over there. This is like, it's really strange that in this day and age, we still have so many areas like that. But I don't know, Google Earth, if any of you has an idea to give me more of a hint while I'm going to look through the statements that I believe indicate what actually took place, that would be absolutely wonderful. So When I get some information, I want to bring it to you very, very quickly. That is something that I really, really like to do for several reasons. I don't like to let you wait. I don't like to wait. Things move so fast, so I don't. Mm, I got too many videos out right now. Doesn't matter. I like it. I think it's good, and it's a niche topic, right? So, wow. Um, geez, I'm not really prepared, but I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
All right, so this here is the entrance to those cabins, the first entrance.
You see, that's what I'm talking about,
You
people.
go up here.
That's what I'm talking about now.
And so on the right is the road that Janie mentioned, like they walked to, or like Daniel was driving down.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a dirt road. All right, now here we go. Then up here on the left.
So here's another thing. The statement from Daniel, all the culverts, all the dirt roads, everything. I believe that also came from experiential memory. And that was from the night before when he was on his ATV, on his brother's ATV from Earth House, removing the children. I believe that came from experiential memory, what he was doing the night before. Oh, why didn't I do this before, man? This is so much better now. Okay, go play.
Are the cabins that Kent was talking about yesterday, I think.
Okay.
And the day that they went missing, I walked down this.
I missed that part.
I think it's gated off here. Yeah.
Oh, wait, I gotta.
Yeah, so it's just up here right here on the left. Those are where the cabins are and shit, right here. You go down like a road and whatever down there.
And now I gotta stop for a minute because there's a part I was asked not to show.
Those cabins, the first entrance.
I know now where to stop. Thank you, guys.
We go up here.
This is gonna be good.
And so on the right is the road that Janie mentioned, like they walked to, or like Daniel was driving down. This is like a dirt road.
Uh-huh.
Alright, now here we go. Then up here on the left are the cabins that Kent was talking about yesterday, I think. And the day that they went missing, I walked down this. I think it's gated off here, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's just up here right here on the left. Those are where the cabins are and shit, right here.
Yeah.
You go down like a road and whatever down there.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, still no neighbors, by the way. There's no neighbors around here. And this, I'm right by the...
Yeah, there's nothing there, absolutely nothing. And imagine inside of the forest, or the culverts and the dirt roads. That's what Daniel told us. That's why Daniel told us that. Because he remembers having done that. No, I don't believe he searched at all. He just wanted to stay away from everybody else. Who knows what he did, but there was no active searching. But the night before he did all that. And he recorded.
house. So if somebody was coming to abduct them, I mean, we're in the middle of nowhere. This is like a property that nobody goes to. Still no neighbors. Still nothing, by the way. Haven't seen a house in fucking 5 minutes. There's a little path.
Yeah.
And then here comes the fucking...
All the time, everywhere there are little paths. Daniel grew up there. He knows all the dirt roads. Daniel has been fishing actively. Daniel won awards for fishing, right? I mean, he's good at that. He knows exactly where to go. He knows the tides. And that's why I believe he's proud of himself, because he managed to do this. That's why he feels relaxed. He's a nervous guy, but he is not that nervous. Because when I saw him in that interview with Kayla, he was leaning back. And the thought that came to my mind was, this guy thinks You can't prove anything. The only things that, bother him, Malaya isn't with him. If he was terrified to go to prison, really terrified, I mean, it crosses his mind, I believe that. But that statement that you sent to me, I believe it's more he cannot see everybody. Um, he fears, wow, I did this really well. There is no, no bodies, no anything. What do they have on me? They don't really. But the problem is, he doesn't have Malaya, and that bothers him. But if he had real problems, I don't think he would think about that. That wouldn't be something he's focused on. He's done a great job. He covered everything. It's partially Malaya's fault, in his opinion, because had she been able to discipline Jack and Lily, none of this would have happened. Everything is coming full circle, guys. All of the dots connect. All the dots connect. Period. And we're getting there without us trying hard. You see, so many channels out there, all they do is guessing around. Guessing, 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 right? Guessing. And they change their guesses during the same show. So many. But we don't do this because we don't need to backtrack. And we don't need to backtrack. We don't need to say, okay, what I said yesterday, forget that, because let me give you another guess. I have a new guess for. No, no, no. We go step by step. But we are getting there. And you see, if I was there working with law enforcement, I think we would have already gotten further. Of course, I cannot do the legwork for them, but I would definitely ask questions where Daniel may leak direction, which way he was headed. I would probably bring up the names of certain locations to him. I would first of all ask him, Daniel, where's your favorite place to go fishing? Please, guys, if one of you gets the chance to ask him in chat, please ask him, Daniel, where's your favorite place to go fishing? And then send me a screenshot from his answer, his exact answer. I can think of a few more questions. I will bring them up here and there. But that's what I want to ask. That's what I would ask him. Where's your favorite? And just this one question. And then maybe I come up with another one. I like the doubles. Then ask him something related to fishing a second time, if he answers you. And after that, no need to ask anymore, unless you want to. And these statements could give us some real clues, people. However he will answer them. I believe he wasn't asked the right questions, guys. But I do believe the Truth Verification Unit, for example, and other, more high-profile departments that the RCMP said are going to get involved, unless they were faking it, but I believe them. I believe they went over everything with the polygraphs, and they did say they did. And I believe that they realized some of these questions were not good. But they probably gotten a lot out of certain statements that Daniel has given in regard to that. So, wow, this is pretty damn deep, guys. And I like this guy's style.
In meth house.
Okay, the meth house. The best house. Oh, the best house. I'm sorry. He's talking about, where Jack and Lily got hurt. Their home.
This is right where the meth house
right
is.
there on the right. See, there it is.
Nobody's home right now. Must be busy.
And that's probably why, I guess there's not a lot of traffic, but what a synchronicity that Belinda drove by there so many times. I don't see a lot of traffic, but that she noticed that place and probably thought, who the hell would live here? You know what I mean? But how strange is that? But that's why I always say I believe in intuition and synchronicities. Synchronicities are, you know, a sign from beyond. Lily's pink blanket appearing there in the trees. That is a huge problem for Daniel, who felt he has done an amazing job dealing with what he had to deal with, which is getting rid of the bodies of the children. I believe he came home that morning and thought, "Phew, wow, I did it, dude. I did it. Nobody saw me." And again, if you talk about the coastline, and I showed you a map earlier, I'm pretty sure that he knows how to get there also without, well, no, I think that somebody out there in Nova Scotia, somewhere, has a camera that probably captured something, but they don't know it. And maybe they already recorded over it. And that's why I make this announcement again and again and again. Check, man, hold on to your camera footage from May 1st to May 2nd. Yep, hold on to it, guys. You may get to be $150,000 richer, and I hope you'll get it. You deserve it. And you never know. That's what life is like, man. And if you recorded over it, then maybe you lost the 150 grand and didn't even know it. Sucks, but that's life, dude. The chances are there, but they come and they go. Okay. And another thing. Sorry, I'm jumping around here. Listen, guys. When it comes to Daniel's mindset, well, okay. I will finish this and then I give you my final thoughts, like Jerry Springer used to do.
So we come all the way up here. You seen where the house was?
Okay.
Gotta put the phone down. There's a cop. So there's a street back there. There's some houses down that street, but it's not that close.
Gotcha. See
Then
that?
this is the nearest neighbor.
Okay, wait. This is the nearest neighbor. I gotta. Okay, and I have to stop now. So, okay, guys. So I'm sorry. I was going to. Well, it doesn't matter. I will show you the videos again next time. A little bit bigger. Now, feel free to go back and zoom in and watch the watch anything that you may have missed. I'm going to get on a couple other things that I was just told about. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. These are two tired dudes. When was this picture taken, guys? Was it on that Friday? He's ready to go to sleep right there. But look at how spotless this is. You mean you're trying to tell me this was used that day to search? Why would you, when two children are missing and you're supposed to go out searching, why would you even bother washing your ATV? Why would you bother with this? It would make sense for this to be full of mud if you did what you said you did. do all the culverts and all that. Yeah. Why do you need to wash this? I think they look like they haven't slept at night.